My name is Cheryl Swope. I have a master's degree in special education with an emphasis in the areas of learning disabilities and behavior disorders. But my real education came when we adopted twins, a boy and a girl, who came to us at age 14 months. They were both developmentally delayed. They were not yet sitting up well and they were not yet walking. We did not know what the future held for them, but we embraced these children wholeheartedly. I wanted to give them literature and art and poetry and music and the Christian faith. I wanted to teach them everything, mathematics and science. I didn't know if it could be done with children with special needs. That whole story is told in Simply Classical, A Beautiful Education for Any Child. After the book was published and was received with such a warm response, the curriculum director at Memoria Press asked if we could produce a Simply Classical curriculum for families whose children have special needs, like my own children. So we said yes, we can in fact create a curriculum. I had kept all of the notes that I had written back when I was teaching my own children. And flash forward from those babies who were adopted, we did homeschool them all the way through high school with a classical Christian education. They are now thriving young adults. My son loves history and theology, reads literature in his free time, and composes music. We taught him the piano, music theory with his mathematics. He loves science. He just loves to learn, and we're thrilled with that outcome. He also loves to serve in our church. He is the usher and the acolyte in our small congregation. My daughter, who began her classical Christian education with a very low measured IQ and a low vocabulary measure, she now has a vocabulary that exceeds many adults. She studies Latin, even to this day, loves Latin, and she is a published poet. A classical Christian education did not erase their challenges. Their challenges are very real, and they are daily. And yet, a classical Christian education, such as we give with the Simply Classical curriculum, enables any child to receive a true education despite their challenges. The Simply Classical curriculum was designed for children who have significant learning needs. They might be in the area of behavior, or they might be actual conditions such as autism, attention deficit, neurological conditions. They might have intellectual disability, anything that requires significant modifications for them to learn, yet their parents or their classroom teachers want to give them something rich and edifying in their education. They do not want to feel as if their entire education is remedial, nor does the student want to feel that way. So we designed the Simply Classical curriculum from the Memoria Press Classical Core curriculum, and we slow the pacing to make it a more gentle pace to achieve mastery and also allow time for more review, and not just with writing, but with more multisensory, multimodal means of instruction and review so that the child can truly delve into the material and master it. Some people assume that a classical education is only for the elite, the brightest. Historically, a classical education benefits any human being, in that we are giving any child the tools to learn, but the tools to think freely, and it's all in the context of the truth, hope, and comfort of the Holy Scriptures. The Simply Classical curriculum is not organized by grades, but rather by ability. The first 3 levels are readiness levels, A, B, and C. No matter what age the child is chronologically, if he is not yet ready to read, we recommend beginning with these levels. Then come our primary levels. These are levels 1, 2, and 3. This is for the child who has the foundation, knows his letters, sounds, but is now ready to embark on learning to read and read well. Those levels 1, 2, and 3 teach reading, not just decoding through phonics, but also reading fluency with inflection, comprehension, and we work, of course, on everything else, writing and arithmetic and Christian studies. In the grammar levels, levels 4, 5, and 6, the student can read reasonably well and is ready to begin his classical studies. In these levels, he begins the study of Latin, which has been shown when taught in the manner that the Simply Classical curriculum teaches incrementally and with multisensory instruction and also with shorter lessons has been shown to help students improve not only their facility with that new language, but also with their own. And beginning with levels 5 and 6, we begin offering a 2-year course or a 1-year accelerated course. We understand that some of our students with significant special needs will be college-bound. In the 1-year accelerated program, the content is the same as in the 2-year, but we no longer have such protracted times spent on each subject. We do not review as much. We do not offer as much practice. We move more quickly through the content. The 2-year standard, though, is what we do for most of our Simply Classical students. In order to place the child correctly, it is very important to take the placement test. We have free online assessments for you to take at classicalspecialneeds.com. If you feel like your child is probably in the readiness area, take the assessments for A, B, and C. If you think he may be more in the primary or grammar, take the placement test for those levels. For more information or support, visit our free online discussion forum, simplyclassical.com. Any child benefits from such an education. We just make it possible.